Good morning, welcome to my morning time video. Actually, it's like 11 o'clock or something like that. Yeah, it's 11 o'clock in the morning instead of 11 o'clock at night or 1 o'clock in the day. Yeah, I'm actually got a little time here in the morning, hopefully to get to work on this video this is what sold on eBay this week for the last week of April. So, April 2017, I should say. So, I'm going to go ahead and get started. All right. First thing I'm going to mention is that I had an item that sold that it was just a little cheese crock. It said spice on it, and I went to put it into my screenshots, and it's not available. The image isn't available. The picture's not available. So because the buyer, I guess, because the buyer was Nehru'd, so it's not a registered user, and had zero feedback. So I guess they must have just, for whatever reason, they removed the whole listing. It's relisted. The item's relisted. I mean, if you look at my store, you'd find it. It'll just, I think it says spice cheese crock or something like that. It's not a very, very big listing, but yeah, it's Nehru'd. So it was a sale that I don't have. So next. All right. Well, actually, first, here we go. First is this pack of Sony VHS tapes. This was brand new. I got this at Goodwill for $4. And I listed this on April 13th, and I sold it April 22nd. I got $40 free shipping, so I didn't really care for the free shipping part, but it went expedited. So I probably I don't know. Worst case scenario, it fit in a medium flat rate, but I think it went closer than that, so it wasn't too bad. So, but still $40. So next. And I sold another one of these. You saw these last week. The lighting cables for the underground lighting cables. This one was, let's see, just the one. I just sold the one with free shipping. So again, that was a heavy one. So, but I didn't pay much for it. I paid $3 for them. Listed on January 31st. Sold this one on April 22nd. So next. And this is just a little Presto, it's just a little food processor, a Minimax, just a little one. And this is just the lid part I sold here. And let's see, I paid about a quarter for it because I think I paid 99 cents for the whole gadget, and I parted out the 4 different parts: the base, the bottom of the bowl, the top of the bowl, and the blade. So I listed this on February 4th, 2016. So it's been way over a year, and sold it April 22nd, and I got $18 plus shipping on it. Although the shipping wasn't that, so it wasn't $7.20 expedited. I'm pretty sure I might have sent it expedited. If I offered expedited, I sent it expedited, so I shouldn't have. But I did. I think the reason why it shows expedited is because I sold this as I think as a I don't know how to put it. I put it all up. I think I put all the pieces up together, and the person who's buying has to pick. But that should show in here, and it doesn't. So I don't know. Next, I got this at the Goodwill. Surprisingly, I paid $1.29 for this. It's just a JDEP mug. It's new. I don't think it was actually old or anything like that. But there's the girl's butt on the bottom, and then there's the girl. And you don't see her face inside the jar, inside the glass, though. You just see her face planted against it. She's not inside there. So let's see. Nope, she's not in there. She's not inside there. So, but it's like a jadeite glass, which they must be redoing it or something like that. I don't think it was old, although it's made to look like it's old, or kind of made to look kind of Art Deco-ish, but not really. Anyway, so I listed it on April 14th, sold on the 23rd. I got two bids on it, and well, I didn't actually list on the 14th. I did the listing on the 14th, but it didn't go up till I took pictures. So anyway, it sold on the 23rd, and I got $12.50 for it. So I wasn't expecting much when I bought it, so that's fine. Next, and this is just an old no, bottle opener. It's just an old bottle opener from from my local area that I picked up. I don't know where I got it. It says I didn't pay anything for it, so I must have got it at a clean out. Oh yeah, actually I got this at that house that I just cleaned out. Remember the one I said smelled all smoky and everything, so I didn't want to use too much stuff out of it. I got this there. That's where I got it. So that's why it didn't cost me anything. And that was April 14th, sold on the 23rd, and I got $3.25. So plus shipping. So it was just neat to list it. So next. And I picked these up at Goodwill. I really did think they would do better. I didn't actually look them up. They're Franciscan, they're Desert Rose, so I thought they'd be good. I kind of priced mine a little higher than actually what a lot of other people are selling them for, and these are both salt shakers. It's 2 salt shakers. There's no pepper. The pepper would have different openings in the tops, and these both have the exact same. So, and the stoppers were, well, they're both dried out and nasty. So as soon as the customer took them off, they would have broke. So I just got rid of them. I just sold them without stoppers. So yeah. So I actually paid $2 for these, and I listed them April 8th, sold on the 23rd, and I got $10 free shipping. So the shipping was first class, cheap. It was probably $2.77. Still not a lot of profit in there. So next, Karate Kid. This is just a little book, and it's just a little like 4x4-inch book. And Karate Kid Part 2. I paid 35 cents. This came from the Niche in the bag sale. And I listed it April 13th, sold it on the 23rd. I got $5 plus shipping. Next. And this is a sad, sad story. I absolutely loved this little lucite butterfly napkin holder. I thought it was really great. It was absolutely filthy when I picked it up, and it was just gross. And I cleaned it up. I spent a lot of time cleaning it up, making it look all nice and everything. And I sold it, but it took a while to sell. I paid $2 for it, and I listed it January 28th. I sold it April 23rd for $15 plus shipping. And then I wanted to support the wings before I shipped it, so I was trying to put an air pillow down inside there, and then I snapped one of the wings right off. Snapped the whole side right off it. So I had to refund it. So it was no sale. So, which was very discouraging. And the buyer was very discouraging. What I should have done is I should have gone, there was somebody else selling one, and they actually sold, theirs was actually cheaper than what she bought mine for. I should have bought that one and had the seller send it to her, but I didn't. So I did tell her that there was another one available. It was actually cheaper than mine. So whether she bought that or not, I don't know. I never looked. So next. VC Andrews. This is disappointing with VC Andrews because they used to sell a lot better than they do now. So it's a little disappointing that the prices have come down like that. There goes an organ donor outside on his motorcycle. I got that from other guys riding motorcycles. I don't ride motorcycles. My son does, but I don't ride motorcycles. But one time, and I've ridden on the back of a few, but I haven't really ridden in a motorcycle in years and years and years. Man, a long time. So anyway, since I quit drinking anyway, and that's been 22 years now. So, yeah. So, yeah. Funny, I used to. Yeah. All right. Well, I paid 60 cents for these books. So, and I listed them April 5th, and I sold April 23rd, and I got actually I listed them. Why am I looking at that? I listed them on December 20th last year, and I sold them April 23rd. I paid 60 cents for them, so it ain't bad. And I got $10 free shipping, and they probably cost me $3 to ship, something like that. So, next. Pretty lame. But I was making deals and selling stuff, so, next. And it's a little Lennox Swan. I got this from the Smoky House, too, the last clean out, so it didn't cost me anything. It was pretty cruded up. I cleaned it up pretty good, so. Listed April 5th. Sold on the 23rd, and I got $7 plus shipping. But it's just a little Lennox Swan. Pretty. Next. This egg plate. I don't know where I got this. Let's see. Must come from that property, because it says I didn't pay anything for it. No, it couldn't come from that property because I listed it February 25th. So I'm not sure where I got it. So I listed it February 25th, sold it April 23rd, and I got $4. Bummer. I kept relisting it and lowering the price and lowering the price, and I got $4 plus shipping though. So it's plus shipping. So I didn't lose money. I got it for nothing. Fees, I might have, you get a little discount on the shipping, top rated, so, or whatever. So we get a little discount. So next. Now, let me explain something about this bubble glass. And I should have mentioned it in the listing, but I would think that a collector would know this about this. This is old, all right? But make no mistake. These are not much better than dollar store quality stuff, okay? We're not talking Waterford here. This is stuff that was like premiums or something like that, that you got this stuff when you bought, I don't know, like a bag of flour or something, It was stuff that basically it wasn't high quality glassware. It just wasn't. And a lot of times, since it wasn't that, a lot of them you'll find it's common with this type of glass to have straw marks. What they are is they're little lines or indentations in the glass. It was very common. All right. Don't let anybody, if you try to sell these kind of things, don't let anybody try to tell you that they're seconds, because there's no such thing as seconds on this dishware. Okay, this stuff was crap in its day. It is collectible now, just like jadeite is collectible, but jadeite didn't used to be. If you go back 30 years, nobody freaking wanted jadeite. Nobody, until Martha Stewart. Till Martha Stewart featured it on her TV show or whatever it was, and then the prices went crazy on it. Okay, but it wasn't real big, and things change. But this stuff was not real high quality stuff. Okay, so my buyer, that's why I say this, is because my buyer got it and then sent me pictures showing the indentations. Well, I then proceeded to go to a website that talks about this glassware, and I shared it with my buyer that this glassware doesn't have seconds, that this glassware, that stuff was common in this kind of glassware. They're not cracks, they're not dents as far as, post. And I'm pretty sure that if someone's a collector of this stuff, they know that. They were just trying to get it for free. Now that's judging. I shouldn't do that. I should not judge them like that. They might not have known that. They may not have been aware. Maybe they liked them and they were just trying to replace something that Grandma had. So I shouldn't do that. Sorry about that. I don't like to do that. But anyway, just so nobody tries to make you think like these things are supposed to be perfect. They're not. Now, if they're chipped or something like that, that's different. If they're truly chipped, I mean, that's another story. But they're not. They were just straw marks. So you can look it up and you can find out, that this kind of glass was not high quality glass. It was never intended to be. All right, just so we know that. I got $8 plus shipping, and ran them at auctions. Started running the auctions on January 1st. And I just kept relisting, and they sold the April 23rd. So, yeah, sorry about getting all negative like that. I didn't mean to be that way. It's just human nature. It just comes out, You want to be a... well, I'm going to keep going now. I picked this up at Walmart. A friend of mine there pointed out to me that they were on sale. So there was only one. There was only one of them, which is sad because I would have bought them all if they'd had more. So anyway, I forgot that bubble glass. I paid $1 for it. I bought a whole bunch of it and I got it in a bag sale. So the bag was like, it's like I think it was $5 or something like that, and I bought a whole bunch of that stuff. So anyway, this DVD set I paid $3.50 for this. I listed it March 20th, sold it April 24th, and I got $18 free shipping. And you know it goes media mail, so pretty cheap. So next. This also came out of that smoky house that I cleaned out, so it was free. I listed it April 16th, sold it April 24th, and I got $9 plus shipping. So prices are all over the place on these. Some people got them listed for 99 cents. Some people got them listed for more than me, I think. I got $9 for mine, so it was free to me. I'm happy with that. Next. This was a really cool sale. This was a fantastic sale. This was an incredible sale. Just let me just say, this was a nice sale. Okay? Popped into Walmart and with my wife to go do some grocery shopping, and I was not going to do any arbitrage. I was not going to go check the clearance aisles. There I am in the clearance aisle, just like that. And I saw these calculators there. Now, they had been there before, but they were $21. And they were marked down to $7. I grabbed all of them. There was 13 of them. I took them all. And I listed these. I listed them for $22.95 each with free shipping. So I paid $7 a piece. So 13 times 7, that's 70, it's $91. Yeah, $91. So I paid $91 plus sales tax, because I have a sales tax number, but I don't use it. I should, but I don't. And I don't know if Walmart honors that anymore anyway. So anyway, I listed them on April 22nd. I sold them on April 24th to a guy in Portland. I think it was Portland, Oregon. All right, it's all the way across the country. Or was it Oregon or was it Washington? I think it was Oregon. Pretty sure it was Oregon. Anyway, sold them clear over there. And he bought them all. He bought every one of them. He bought them all. $298.35. I was a little concerned when he bought them all. I thought, this guy's going to buy them and he's going to try to pull something. But he didn't. He didn't, so it was cool. But there's that thing, and, we all have it. We all think somebody's going to try to scam us. So, but he didn't. So, at least not yet. So, and I'm pretty sure I got positive feedback on this one. So, all right, next. A pair of Wrangler carpenter shorts, and these were actually mine from a while ago. I'm size 36 right now, so might be size 34, but I'm not. I was actually size 34 when I moved into this house 12 years ago, so I'd lost a bunch of weight at that time. Doing Atkins at that time, I'd lost them. We'd been doing Atkins for about a year at that time, and I'd lost about, I think it was 35 pounds I lost. And then we bought this house, and of course, then we couldn't really afford to eat that great, so, and I got onto this home canning thing, and when you home can, typically you use a lot of sugar, and, I put a lot of weight on. Once you get that sugar habit back, you're stuck with that sugar habit. It's hard to break at. That's the worst in crack, that sugar is. You ask anybody. I know people that are really overweight, and they know they're going to die. They know they're going to die young. They're going to die early. They're not going to live that long. They just can't stop. They just can't freaking stop. It's just like smoking cigarettes or booze or heroin. They know it's going to kill them. They know it's going to kill them. Oh, you got to die sometime. Yeah, but not that way. You have feet falling off from diabetes and stuff, and going blind, and ugh. But I'm just as bad though. I I knew that, you know, when I moved in this house, what that does to you, and I still did it. So, but anyway, these were size 40 Wrangler. I don't typically like Wranglers, but I bought them. I probably I might have got them at Walmart. I think they were probably on sale when I bought them. But anyway, so I paid $1. Is what I said because, well, I don't think I got them at Walmart. I'm pretty sure I got them at yard sales or something. But I listed them on February 12th, sold on April 24th, and I only got $5.35 plus shipping. So they just that's what they did. They wanted to pay. They wanted to cut the shipping price out. So I sold them because it's clothes, and I'd worn them, and I'd gotten my use out of them, and you know, clothing is so competitive and so many low-priced people in there that you're just not going to get much for stuff. So depending on the stuff. I mean, this is really common. So all right, next. Wexford. Again, these are Anchor Hawking. They're a little better quality than that bubble glass that I talked about earlier. So, but again, Anchor Hawking is not again, it's not Waterford. You know, it's not. We're not talking Fenton or Heisey glass here. So, yeah. So there were 3 of these. I paid $1 for them at a yard sale. No, I paid $1 for them at this and that shop down in town. It's I don't go there very often, but I don't know why, because I typically don't find a whole lot there, so it just doesn't inspire me to go. So now I try not to go at all. I mean, Niche is having a sale today on shoes. Right now, shoes. They're BOGO, buy one get one free, and they only charge $2 a pair anyway. So their shoes are $1 a pair today, and I was like, but I don't get excited selling shoes, you know. Although I've been watching this guy, the Soul Advisor, I think, yeah, the Soul Advisor, SOLE, and he's so much information there. It's so much knowledge. I'm just listening to it for background noise while I list, but I got to keep watching because it's so informative. I mean, if you sell shoes, or you want to sell shoes, or you want to learn something about shoes, this guy's not, he's not holding back. He gives out all kinds of information. His prices seem a little absurd, but I haven't looked to see if he's actually getting it or not, but he probably could, because he's probably got people that go there because that's primarily what he sells. So, but the information, like about the different kinds of shoes, I didn't know there was a difference between was a peep toe and an open toe. I didn't know there was a difference till I was watching that. So now I know. So, but anyway, yeah. So, but I'm not going to Niche. I'm not going. I could go and I could go buy a boatload of shoes for $1 a pair. I mean, come on, but I'm not going. So, and now it's too late. Now it's too late. So it's 11:31. They open at 10. So an hour and a half later, they're cleaned out. So let's see. All right. So I paid $1 for these. I listed them January 18th, sold on April 24th, and I got $16 free shipping. They're small. They're just little guys, so they didn't cost too much to ship. So next. I had this forever and ever and ever. I paid $1.29 for it at Goodwill. I listed it. Yeah, okay. I listed it May 26, 2015. May 26, 2015. Sold it on April 24th, and I got $18 plus shipping for it. Uh-oh. Hold on a minute. Well, that was a call from my son-in-law. What a lucky guy. He's 22 or 23 years old or something like that. And he just got offered a job in the gas industry, which, I mean, it pays pretty decent. You know what I mean? But he's also just recently been offered a job with the post office, but but there's a, they both have pros and cons. I'm really proud of him. That he's making good choices and stuff. But he wasn't sure what to do. So, and I don't want to tell him what to do either. I know what I would do if I was his age, but that I'm not him. So, I just told him to get a piece of paper and write down the pros and cons of each job and go from there. So, but anyway, yeah, he wanted to call and tell me. He was excited because they offered him the job. So, but he just wasn't sure what to do yet. So he gave me a call. So he's gonna talk to his dad, his actual dad instead of little old me. But yeah. So that's what the call was about. So sorry I interrupted it there. Anyway, yeah. So West Bend, I told you all about this thing. All right. Yep, did the deal on this one. So next, Hot Stuff. You remember Hot Stuff? I don't know if you remember Hot Stuff. He was, I think, a Hanna-Barbera cartoon. You didn't see him a whole lot in the car. I didn't, anyway. I didn't see a whole lot of the Hot Stuff guy. But what I remember most about him is I don't think I'd even seen him as a kid, the cartoons. But my sister gave me a glass. When I was a kid, a drinking glass, tumbler. I think it was from Carol's, the restaurant. I think they got bought out by, at least the Carol's that we had in our area ended up becoming a Burger King. So, but Carol's was the ones that put out those tall glasses with the Looney Tunes figures on them. You've probably seen them around, Tweety Bird and Bugs and all them guys. But they also put out like shorter glasses that had Hot Stuff and Wendy the Witch and some of the other ones. But I remember Hot Stuff, so he's always been kind of my favorite. Just because he was rare to me, So I saw this I think it was at the Goodwill, and I picked it up. I actually had sent this into I think I sent this into Amazon, into FBA, and I ended up getting it back because I closed out everything I had at Amazon. So, but it's just a plush. I paid $1 for him. Well, maybe not. Maybe I think I just did have him listed on. Now that was Snoopy that I had brought back from Amazon. So yeah, so this was actually listed on eBay in October of 2015. It's been up for a long time, and I sold it April 25th. Is it 25th? No, 24th. I got $20 plus shipping on him. So that's pretty cool. Hot Stuff. It always reminds me of that Donna Summer song too. I'm not gonna sing it though. Disco's Not Dead. Next. It's funny, I wouldn't feel bad singing Hot Stuff to Donna Summer, but I'm not gonna go singing too many Black Flag songs anymore. So, yeah, enough of that. All right, that's Donna Summer. I wonder if she's still alive. I don't know. Okay, yeah. Move on, Dave. Move on. Alright, yellow Tupperware canisters. These were, I paid $2 for these. I listed them September 16th last year, sold them April 25th, and I got $23 plus shipping on them. So that was a good deal. Next. And there's that Pyrex coffee percolator I had on last week's thing. I got $27.50 I think last time. This time when it actually sold, this time I got $23.50 and they actually paid. So $23.50 paid is better than $27.50 not paid, and plus shipping. So shipping was not free on this. This is just the guts out of a glass percolator. So let's see, yeah. 35 cents paid for this. Listed it March 31st. Kept running it at auction, and I sold it April 25th. Got the $23.50. So next, Jinko. Is that how you say them? Jinko Skater. My wife listed these. That was pretty cool. She listed them. I took the pictures. Let's see. Jinko wide leg pants. 35 cents. I got them at the Niche in a bag sale. 35 cents. Listed April 18th. Sold April 25th. $19 plus shipping. Next. This is a key. This came out of the smoky house. This came out of the smoky house. It's broken. Empty. So yeah, it's just a little, just a key. It's all it is, just a little key. So I sold this. I kind of sold it for fun. I didn't pay nothing for it. And I listed it April 14th. You know, the funny thing is I really get a kick out of selling these little things like this. Even though they don't really sell for much, I just get a kick out of it. So, you know, like it's a shoe. I hate selling shoes. I mean, I make more money on it probably, but I hate selling them. So I hate listing them. Should say that. So anyway, yeah. So I listed this April 14th, sold it April 25th, and I got $3.59 plus shipping. So next, Levi's Perfectly Slimming. Picked these up at the Goodwill for 50 cents. They were clearanced out. I picked them up. The women's jeans that day there was quite a few in there. So actually there were some men's sizes in the women's sizes, they were small, so they got tricked. So yeah, anyway, I listed these April 21st, sold them April 25th for $12. Got $12 plus shipping. So, all right, give me a second. My dog's outside. I gotta let her in. Ugh. Come on, pup. Come on. Right. She just goes out and sits out in the front yard out there and watches the cars go by. But she looked like she was ready to come in, so. All right, next. Wilson's. I bought these at Walmart. This was the last one. I only had a couple of these. Took a while to sell too. Let's see. Wilson mouth guard, 50 cents I paid. August 7th last year I listed them. Sold it April 25th for $8.49 free shipping. So I didn't make a whole lot of money on it, but out of here. So next. This was cool. I got these at the bag sale at the Niche, so basically I paid 35 cents because that's how I did it. I took the stuff out of the bags, and whatever I sold as a unit, whether it be 5 things or 1 thing, I divided how many listings there were by the amount that I paid. So 35 cents I paid for these. I will say they were filthy cruddy. They were really, really dirty. I think it was probably cigarette smoke. I soaked them, and I cleaned them, and I sprayed them with Windex, and I sprayed them with I like to use there's an Amway product called LOC. Well, it used to be called LOC. I'm not sure if it's called that anymore or not, but I used to have it years and years and years ago. And then when I was working the security job, there was a guy there that was still doing Amway. So I bought a couple bottles of this stuff off him, and usually that stuff used to I don't think it's as good as it used to be. Just maybe used to be. I remember things better, but I actually ended up taking a toothbrush to these things and trying to scrub this stuff off, because whatever was on there did not want to come off. What a nightmare. So, but I did get them clean. But I probably had at least an hour into cleaning them, if not longer. But it's just a pain because I'd clean them and I'd put them on the rack to dry, and then I'd go to inspect them and there'd still be dirt, and I'd have to clean them out again. Oh, what a nightmare. But anyway, yeah, so these actually, believe it or not, I sold these for, let's see, it's 1 bid. It was just 1 bid. Let's see, I listed them March 24th, sold them April 25th. I did get the $60 for them plus shipping, but the thing is I think they went to Canada, but they went through the global shipping program. So I shipped them to Kentucky. God knows what they paid for that. I mean, they must have paid $100 for these things, because of the shipping price, was probably outrageous. So, yeah, they probably would have been $100 if I would have shipped them straight there, but I'm not shipping breakable stuff like that. So, anyway, yeah. So I got the $60 for them. So that was probably my. I think I was. It was a good sale. I mean, a lot of money. I made a lot of money on that. So next, and I seen these things sitting at the niche on the shelf for months. They were sitting there, and I finally picked them up in a bag sale. So next, and this is a wool blanket. Where'd I get this? 50 cents it said I paid for it. But I'm not sure where I got it. It had some roughness around the edges. There's no holes or anything, but it was wool. It didn't have a tag on it, so I couldn't tell for sure what kind it was, but I did do the burn test on it. So, you know, see them little, you can see in the picture there's little like flyaways on the side there. So I cut one of those off and lit it up, and it smelled like burnt hair. So it didn't smell like accurate. It didn't smell like burnt plastic or anything. So it smelled like burnt hair. So I called it wood. I called it wool, and went from there. But it didn't last very long. I put it up for let's see. So I listed it April 16th. I sold it on the 26th. I got $13 plus shipping, so I was happy with that. And it sat. I think it was that was one of those things that sat in my garage for a while. So I think I don't know where I got it now. Anyway, it's gone now. So next, and this is just a little dare to resist drugs or whatever. Don't do drugs or whatever. It is one of the little lion guy. He was just a little one, just like 6 inches. You know, just little, just bitty. I paid $1 for him at the Goodwill. I listed him March 6th, sold him April 26th, and I got $8 plus shipping. So that's cool. Next, and it's another one of these spools of underground landscape. Let's see, this one. Again, I paid $3. I just sold the one and went for $20. So that was on the 26th at sold. So next, it's just a T-shirt, Pudgy's Pizza. That's on the front. I think, no, or is that on the back? That's on the back, and that's on the front. So 50th anniversary T-shirt, dry blend. Let's see. I don't really like Pudgy's. I did when I was a kid. I absolutely loved Pudgy's Pizza, but I'm not as big a fan of it now as I was. But, you know, when I was, you know, a teenager, me and a buddy of mine, we used to go to, man, we'd go to Little Caesars, because, you know, it was pizza. You get 2 pizzas, you know. So, you know, it was cheap. So we'd go and we'd buy there. We'd get Little Caesars pizza, and we'd go back to my parents' house, and we'd sit in my room and play chess and eat pizza, man. It was, you know, and so we had a good time. It's, you know, so playing chess was a good time for us. Yeah, when we started playing, I beat him pretty easy, but he's a real sharp guy. He figures stuff out, and he reads stuff. I mean, he's one of those guys that back in the early 80s learned the patterns for Pac-Man, learned the patterns for each screen, and could just he could just play Pac-Man for freaking ever. I mean, he just played and played and played. I mean, he got his quarter's worth out of it, you know, just because he remembered the patterns, and he could just follow the patterns. And he did the same thing with chess. He learned the strategies and everything like that, and he started kicking my butt, and it wasn't so fun anymore. But yeah, and then we just different things happened. So, but he's still one of my best friends, though. I mean, I'm trying to talk him into going to Florida with me in September, so hoping it goes. So we'll get some pizza. Anyway, yeah. So I paid 35 cents for this. I think. Yeah, I think I got it at the niche. I got it at the niche in the bag sale. So it was 35 cents. I listed it March 31st, sold it April 27th, and I got $10 plus shipping. So I don't expect to get too much for this kind of stuff. So sometimes it makes me wonder why I bother looking at clothes, because I don't typically find really good stuff. Though I do from time to time. Although I passed up on a Levi's jacket with a a plaid lining in it because it smelled like cigarette smoke. It was at the Goodwill and it smelled like cigarette smoke, and I wasn't gonna deal with it. So, but it probably would have been. I would have got it for like, I think they're like $6 or something like that, and I probably would have got $35-40 for it. So, but it smelled. So next, this string holder. I got this yard sale. I actually went out to the community yard sales this year here in town, and I was only out for an hour, so more was more about just spending time with my wife. So, but I did get that's where I'm pretty sure that's where I got this, and maybe not. No, I actually didn't. I thought I got it there, but I got it to Goodwill because I paid $1.29 for it, so I didn't get it. Actually, yeah, I couldn't have got it because this was before the yard sales weren't this weekend, so weren't when this, so it couldn't have been. I don't think. Maybe, I don't remember. So, well, one thing I do know is that I didn't get a yard sale. I thought I did, but I didn't. So it's a fox hunt. It's a string holder. It's just a veneer. It's actually a veneer wood on the bottom. I'm not sure if the inside of this was veneer now or not, or if it was wood, or if it was like a cardboard. Let's see if I got a picture of the inside. Yeah, there's the inside. Yeah, you can see the inside. It's wood. It was a veneer. It was all veneer in there. So that was pretty neat. I don't know if you can still get that kind of stuff or not, but I got $10 for it. So I listed it April 13th, sold it April 27th. I got $10. I ran it at auction, so I really couldn't find a whole lot like it, but I just ran it at auction. It's typical that, you know, you run some at auction, you don't usually get more than one bid anymore. Not like the old days. Sometimes, depending on if it's, you know, really desirable. Apparently this wasn't. So next. I got almost 42 minutes into this already. Ouch. This is just another hobnail. And I did learn this pattern name. Doggone it! Now I forgot. I learned the pattern name after I sold it. I learned the pattern name, and now I don't remember. It's not Dot and Daisy. It's daggone it, I can't remember now. Should have wrote it down. I should have wrote it down. So anyway, yeah, this was really neat, and I paid 43 cents for this. Listed it October 22nd, sold it April 28th, and I got $10 free shipping. So gotta do it. It was there for a long time. Gotta make the sale. So next, I have a good story about making sales. It's gonna be a long one, so I'm gonna do I sold somebody something to somebody local, and they put in a really low ball bid, but there's a reason for it, and I'll tell you about it later. So, but it all worked out fantastic for me. You know what I mean? I hope it worked out good for him too. But anyway, so this is the Mary Englebright puzzle. I put it together, made sure all the pieces were there, took pictures of it, listed it. I paid 99 cents. I paid $1 for it at the Goodwill. Listed it February 11th. Sold it April 28th. I sold it for $10.50 plus shipping. Well, guess what? They didn't pay. No sale. So it actually went through the whole non-paying bidder process and everything, which that happens. So next, little hobnail blue candle holder. You guys know I love these things. The prices are coming down. A lot of people still selling. They're selling these things for 99 cents. Selling them, you know, in lots of 5 and 10 for $10. You know, or less. You know, whatever. That's fine. You know, I'll still keep listing mine and trying to get more for them because I just will. So anyway, I paid 40 cents for this. Listed it November 18th. Sold it April 29th. And I got $9.95 for it. So I got $10 plus shipping. So again, I was kind of desperate for sales. Speaking of that, I skipped over a couple of sales. I don't have them on here because they were on different sites. I sold something on Bonanza for $14 that I paid 50 cents for. It was actually it was Cuisinart. It was the blade. I think it was the blades or something out of a Cuisinart blender. Was it or play? Yeah, it was. I I'm not. I don't. Maybe it wasn't the blades. I don't know, but it was just a part out of a Cuisinart so I sold that on Bonanza, and then I sold the lid off of a Hamilton Beach juicer that I didn't pay anything for the juicer. I got the juicer for free. So I sold that for $13.28, and that juicer's been listed since last year. That Cuisinart was listed just since February this year. But yeah, so those were two other sales I had, but I don't have pictures of the items. I don't know, kind of try to get like a screenshot of them and try to squeeze them in at the end when I do that. But just so you know, I don't get too many sales there anymore and on those places, but they do sell something there from time to time. So next, and so I forget how this all worked out. This just didn't work out. This did not work out well at all. Full cart lunch plates. I said they were 7¼ inches. I measured them. I measured them before I shipped them. I know what size they were. Buyer get. So anyway, I paid 30 cents for them. So I got them at a bag sale at the niche. So I listed them January 10th. Sold April 30th. I got $12 plus shipping. They went to Colorado. The lady that bought them emails me and says they're the 6-inch dishes or whatever. They're not the lunch plates. They're a 6-inch plate, and I measured them because I had other people ask me for sure what size they were, and I went down and made sure I measured them. They were 7¼ inches. I know what size they were, but the lady pitched a gigantic fit, huge fit. Yeah, oh, I got a bunch of these plates already. That was a clue to me that if she was going to send them back, she was going to send back the ones she had too many of. So that was a clue to me that I could accept a return, but I wasn't going to get back the plates I sent. I was going to get back plates that she didn't want, that she had too many of. So she never really told me what she wanted. She wouldn't tell me what she wanted. But she did mention about leaving feedback, and I mentioned it too. I says, I know you're going to leave negative feedback. I understand it. I completely understand that. After I finally, it took me forever. She sent me a really nasty email to begin with, and I didn't bother responding because she didn't tell me what she wanted. She just told me that I sent her the wrong size. She didn't tell me what she wanted. So if you're not going to tell me what I want, I get a little anxiety. I don't know how to answer people all the time. So, especially something like that, I get a little anxious, and so I didn't answer her. So the next day she emails me again and tells me oh, you're not going to answer, so I'm gonna leave this feedback and my feedback. Well, by the way she was wording it, you could tell that she knew what feedback extortion was, and she was trying not to indicate that she was trying to extort something from me. She didn't ask for anything. So finally I just told her, I said, look, I don't know what you want. I do not know what you want. So you got to tell me what you want, and I'll see what I can do. Well, apparently it cost her a lot for me to ship them to Colorado. So I was able to fit them in a regional A rate, a regional A package. But as you know, when you list these items on eBay, you can't use regional A shipping in the calculated shipping. Now, she knew when she bought them how much the shipping was going to cost. I hate people that get upset. I don't want to say it. I hate when people get upset at the cost of shipping when they knew going in how much the shipping was going to cost. That's not my fault. You chose that. Have some personal responsibility and accept that you chose to pay that much shipping. Now, when I listed it, I can't use regional A. So regional A was a little cheaper than what she paid. It was $8 cheaper than what she paid. Okay. And at one point, I said, being a seller, I figured you were aware of this. She goes, well, I'm not a seller. Well, I checked her stuff. She's a seller. and she just got a bunch of negative feedbacks from somebody. So I think she was just mad, and she was taking it out on me. So somebody probably scammed her, and so she, I guess, was gonna scam me. So I don't like to use the word scam, but that's kind of how it is. So she ended up finally telling me that she wanted the difference in shipping. So I explained to her about, how she got, how, I'd be happy to do that, give her the difference in the shipping. And so I refunded that to her, and I, sent her a nice note, saying to her, I noticed that you had recently gotten some negative feedbacks and for things that you didn't deserve to get negative feedbacks for. But I wanted you to be aware that when you make offers to sellers on eBay for items, many sellers do go ahead and check your feedback to see if you've left negative feedback for other people. So you can go ahead and leave negative feedback for me, and it's just going to be one red dot in a big list of greens that show fast shipping, and all it's going to do is make you look bad. It's just basically what I was saying. It's going to make it look like you're one of those people that leaves negative feedbacks, and when you make offers, if a seller checks your offer history, they will decline and probably block you. So leaving a negative feedback is going to hurt you worse than it's going to hurt me. And this is a while ago, and I still haven't gotten that negative feedback yet. So maybe she's going to wait till the last day or whatever, till later on, and post me that negative feedback. But I haven't gotten it yet. So I really think it was just a big scam. She was just trying to get these things for free. But I was just waiting for her to tell me what it was. And so I think maybe there was a little bit of a heart there where she wanted me to offer to just refund her the whole thing. And I wasn't willing to do that because I knew what size plates I had sent her. So I probably would have done it had she actually come out and stated that's what she wanted. But she didn't. So I'm thinking maybe a little bit of her conscience was getting the best of her, maybe. So I'd like to think that. I'd like to think that people are normally have a conscience that isn't seared beyond recognition. So anyway, so that's the story on that. So it was a little more stressful than what I would have wanted, but and I mean, I gave her what she wanted, what she asked for. So I mean, I didn't argue with her. I didn't even state that they were the right that I knew that they were the right size. I didn't argue with her at all. I just kind of said, I need to know what you want. And she didn't want to tell me. We went back and forth a little bit. She didn't want to tell me what she wanted. So it is what it is. So all right, okay, next. Now that I look back at it, I can smile and kind of laugh, but at the time it was a little frustrating. So anyway, Star Wars Escape the Death Star. I had this listed for a long, long time. I thought when I got this, I paid $3 for this at my neighbor's closet in Mansfield, the thrift store. Paid $3 for it, and I listed it December 6, 2015. I sold it April 30th. I sold it for $25, but it had free shipping, and it went out west. So I may have used a large flat rate box on it. I didn't make much on it, if anything. So, but it's gone, and I just won't get it again if I ever see it again. I wouldn't think I would see it that much, but I guess there's a lot of them. There's a lot of them listed, so. This is old. I mean, I had this when I was a kid. I had this game, so it goes back a ways. So next, bought these at Walmart. I saw they had them on sale for 50 cents, the fishing line, and they had a whole shelf full of them. I bought them all. And I listed them separately. I listed each one of them separately. So this one, I listed them on April 2nd. I sold this one on April 30th. I got $10. It's free shipping, so I'm not making a killing on them. But they were easy to list. I could list one and just kind of change different things in each one and then just add quantity. So it didn't take long at all to list them. So that was pretty cool. So next. And this came from the Goodwill. Paid $1 for it. Listed it on April 13th. Sold it April 30th. And I got $9 plus shipping. So I was happy for that. Next. Club aluminum lid. It's just a lid. Paid $1.30 at Goodwill. Listed it July 29th. Sold last year. Sold on April 30th. And I got $12 plus shipping. Next. Bob the Builder VHS tapes. I listed this thing. I think I started with 3 of them, and I kept finding more and just adding to it and taking new pictures and adding to it. Usually just the main picture I just added to. So I just kept adding more to it till eventually somebody would give me an offer. So I paid about $1.50 because typically when I bought these, I got them at bag sales when I got them. I wouldn't just buy them. You know, so I paid about $1.50 for all of them. And the last time I changed it was July 4th last year. I sold it April 30th this year, and I got $20 plus shipping. So that's good for VHS tapes. Next. And last but not least as well is this Pittsburgh Penguin shirt. Got this at the Goodwill clearance out for 50 cents. It was a little faded. I did mention that, but it didn't have any holes or anything like that in it. So listed it on April 18th. Sold it. Actually, my wife listed it. I think, yeah, pretty sure my wife listed it April 18th. Sold it on April 30th, and I got $8.99. So plus shipping. So that was plus shipping. So no free shipping on that. Sorry, Rockstar, but no free shipping. It was too heavy. So anyway, that was it. That was everything I sold for that. For like the 22nd till the 30th. 30 days has September, April, June. I didn't have any sales on the 31st of April. The 30 days has September, April. So there's only 30 days in April. So that's why I didn't have any sales on the 31st of April, because there ain't one. So anyway, I paid $50.59 for all the stuff that I sold, and my total sales were $917 minus $31.50 for stuff that didn't actually end up getting paid for or got refunded. And so that was so $31.50 off of that. So I basically $885 for the week. So that was actually, I like $800 for the week. That works. That I'm fine with $800 for the week. That's good because ouch. It hasn't been exciting. It hasn't been exciting as far as sales go. So anyway, that's that all done, and I'll soon be able to get started on giving you some May videos. So with that, all right, that's it. Sorry it took so long, an hour. I did tell some stories in there, but anyway, so you have a great day. Thanks for watching my video, and keep listing. And you know, it is summertime, but if you list right now when things are dead, you got the time. List it now, and hopefully by September, October, sales will really start picking up going into the holidays, and you'll make a boatload. So let's make a boatload together. All right, see ya. Bye.